All right, today's day 26, starting up the mountain today. So it's 6:10 a.m. and that's going to be my start time today. Hoping I can catch a coffee. The next town should be about an hour's hike away. Today's going to be a lot of up, so we'll see how far I make it. They keep this square pretty well lit up at night, so don't need my light to get out of this town. All right, there's our first town in the dark, Pareja. All right, unfortunately, so far, it looks like Pareja is a really small town and not a thing is moving yet. Maybe there'll be a cafe further along that I haven't seen yet. Really old house, but decorated up really pretty. Somebody's taken a lot of time to plant and maintain these all these flower pots. It's coming up on the next town. We're crossing this Rio, or river. I think that's the name of the town right there. Travadelo. I think that's an L, the second last one. Travadelo. See if they have a cafe and con leche available in there. I'm coming into Travadelo still. That first sign is, heck, it's almost a mile back. It looks like I have a cafe on both sides. There's a good chance one of them is going to be open here. There is a municipal albergue right here also. That's a Napolitano and cafe con leche. It's got chocolate in that pastry. €2.90, so just over $3 US. So Travadelo. Coming out of Villafranca, you have an option. You can take the mountain route. Now the mountain route is much more difficult. It's 2 kilometers longer. It has up a lot more vertical, and then you descend back down into this village. I took the road route for a couple reasons. It was it's easier, which not really the reason I took it, but it's just a gradual ascent for it's almost 10 kilometers out of Villafranca to get up here. But it's just a nice easy climb up, and today is going to be my last probably hard vertical day. I have a lot of vertical to do yet today, and it's going to get steep. So I didn't see any point in punishing myself in the morning, and I wasn't even going to get the reward of the views because I was doing it in the dark. So anyway, it's just about 2 hours since I left, and I've hiked the 10K up here, plus had a quick breakfast, and now on my way out of a Travadelo. There are some albergues, and there's a hotel rural right there, but honestly, Villafranca, it's really nice, and I'm not sure I'm going to hike a 10-kilometer day. You probably wouldn't stop here and stop in Villafranca both. And if I was to hike the Frances route again, I would definitely stop in Villafranca again. Still in Travadelo. I also did pass the municipal albergue a short time ago in town. I didn't film it because it's a block or so off of the Camino. Another albergue in town, another cafe here. That last cafe, though, was really good. It's right as you enter Travadelo on the right. And if I wasn't clear earlier, if you had taken the alternative path this morning, you would have joined back up here in this town. So everybody is leaving this town on the same path. There's another that says Albergue Municipal, but I also saw one farther back that said that. So I'm not clear on which one is the correct one, but there's plenty here. And for those concerned about albergue space, I know Villafranca had lots of space still left over last night, so they're not filling up where I'm at. All right, still climbing out of Travadelo. I think this is probably the last building in the town, this corner, but I think this is it. Just wanted to show you that what I couldn't show you in the morning because there wasn't enough light for me to video it. But that's where I came up. The road kind of comes up, and the trail comes up beside the road. Between the gaps in those, you see the gaps going back between those mountains back there. And there's a river that runs right beside you. You can hear it all the way up. It sounds really nice, but I couldn't see it. One of the disadvantages to leaving in the dark like I do. It's off to the right of the trail. Not really a town, almost looks like a lot of buses and stuff here. Almost looks like just a stop. I think there's a town coming up with a name similar to Valcarce, which is the river with the multiple signs and multiple crossings today. Some of them, these places just do not want to let you go by. Say Venden Cervezas. That's too much like cervezas, so I think that's subliminal advertising for people like me. All right, just past that hotel is the next, what appears to be a little town from, as you're entering anyway. 178.8 kilometers according to that, to Santiago. By the way, that sign back there, Camino de Santiago, means we sell cherries. But as I explained, it's so much like cervezas. Now, it's 9:15 in the morning and walking along, all I can think about is beer. All right, as you can see, the red line through it, that's kind of like the end of the city. That's what, instead of a city limit sign. And they did have a couple cafes there in town and a couple places to stay. Cool little cafe on the right of the trail. Notice that's not a paint job, that's like a knitted quilt or something they have around the tree there. All right, the next town is Vega de Valcarce, and according to my Wise Pilgrim app, if it's accurate, this is the last place with an ATM machine where you'd be able to get money until you get to Tricastella, which is over the other side of the mountain and down, like 32 kilometers. Well, it's easy to remember this town because the highway passes high overhead. All right, Habitosis, Cambanos. Oh, that tells you what it means. Rooms with a bath. Bakery that down there. As you're passing to Vega. Still coming up the street in Vega. Another place that has a cafe with rooms above, it says. Look at the mountain right there. This whole town is situated in like a gap right between the mountains on all sides. Hey, this is a really cute town, and if you don't want to go all the way up the mountain today, it doesn't look like it would be a bad stop at all. I just passed the BBVA 30 meters back. Right on the Camino, you can't miss it. You can get, the ATM machine was actually out of service, and now I'm going to check this bank. It's Santander, so don't worry about finding the ATM. You could hardly miss it. There's 3 right in a row. They're right on the Camino. So nice looking albergue here. This is the kind of thing I look for with an albergue, because see how they take time to make it nice outside? I assume they're going to make it nice inside. All right, leaving Vega now, heading up the mountain. I still have a few more towns to go with just nice gradual climbs, and then it gets quite steep after that. I'm hoping to go up and almost to the top of the mountain today. I'm not sure about the pronunciation, O Cebreiro, something like that. I'll get the pronunciation right when I get up there. A dog out there in the yard, just watching his sheep over here. All right, coming into the next town, little cafe on the right. This goes Roitalan, and just opposite the sign is an albergue. This next town also has highway overpasses way up high above it. All right, that was a small town. We're already leaving. I wish I would have stopped at that first cafe and taken a 10-minute, 15-minute break, which is what I should have done. But I thought there would be another one in town, and there was, but it wasn't open yet. So it's not very much further, I don't think, to the next town. All right, so O Cebreiro This. I believe this is the last town in our slow uphill climb today. And then after this town, we have 7 kilometers of going right up over the mountain. So it's going to be very steep. And it'll be kind of similar, I think, to the first day coming out of Saint Jean to up to Orison. Probably similar to that. The difference being that it's a little shorter and we're all in hopefully much better shape. But on the other hand, we all have pretty much walked 20 kilometers already today. About 20, I don't know exactly the number, out of Villafranca. All right, been thinking about beer for a long time, and it is definitely O Beer 30 before I start the serious climb. All right, so you guys know I'm not the only one who, let's go ahead back through this video. I'm not the only one that starts drinking at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Skål!
Yeah, skål!
Yeah, I'm from Sweden.
I'm from Australia, Guy.
Yeah, he's from Byron Bay, and they're both going up the mountain.
Gothenburg.
Gothenburg, so they're both going up the mountain after they have their beers.
Yeah, good.
All right, freshly refueled with Cerveza Grande and ibuprofen. Got the canopy up because of course it's going to rain on me while I'm We're making our climb today and see if I can get up the hill. So these cows are just staring at me as I'm walking by like, are you stupid? Why are you walking up the hill? So that's a pretty big bull. Oh no, cow, sorry. Oh, it's right here beside me. And then no fence, just a little ledge here. I guess that's all they need, so. Pretty big cow. All right, so it's starting up. So far, it's on the road, and it's actually quite similar. You can see a pilgrim up there a little higher with blue. Anyway, reminds me of day one going up to Orson so far. All right, here's where it splits a bit. Telling you don't want foot that way, but if you're on a bike, keep going up the road. So we're off road now. I might get a chance to break out the walking sticks. It's just a very short downhill, but I know I got a lot of up to go. Yeah, this part looks like the AT. All right, so my training hikes on the Appalachian Trail, this is exactly what I was doing. But there are plenty of places, rocks. You can just stop and rest, so just take your time. Even if you haven't trained heavily for this, you just take your time and you'll get up here. So this is looking backwards down the trail. And actually, it turns down there, and you can, if you look really closely, you can probably see it over there. And there's see the guy in the red poncho way down there. He's at the bottom of that, to this little part of the hill. This is looking forward, still got a ways to go up. So looking back down the trail, there's lots of places you can stop, like on this little ledge here and have a seat. And now we're coming off the trail, and I can see the town just 100 meters ahead. Still uphill, but 100 meters ahead. So as you come to the top of this part of the climb, you come to the town of La Faba. A guy back at the last cafe said he's staying here. He heard it was a really nice town, so see what we see. Cattle down the street, going with the dog. He's taking them right down that path I just came up. Official town sign. And you're still going up. Unique looking here. I don't know what that is they got growing. I don't believe I've seen this on the Camino before. Not sure what it is. All right, so beer 30 once again.
Look out, here's Dale.
Yep, oh beer 30 once again. All right, I'm 1/3 of the way up the hill, so I'm staying with a beer, but a small beer this time. But these guys have switched strategy altogether. They're going with Vino Tinto for the rest of their upwards.
Yeah, well, it's feeling a bit bloated.
Right. So I'll let you know the results, how this works out the rest of the way up the hill. So I'm off, still in La Faba. Got between 4 and 5K of still pretty good uphill to get to where I hope to be today. Well, it seems like you're through La Faba and back on the trail again. Just a few hundred meters is all it is. This is looking back where we came from, but just not going to get the views today. It's like being inside of a big ping pong ball. Lots more up to go. So I can at least see that ridge. I'm sure we have to at least go that high, if not higher. Don't know what's over that. Looking left down the hill off the trail. Hi, how you doing? Boy, got some serious fly problem around the eyes there. All right, you emerge from the climb into this town here. Not sure the name. I didn't see a sign on the way in. It's an albergue here called Escuela. I think Escuela means school, so. The town is called Laguna de Castilla, and this albergue is like the only thing in it, so I think I am going to push on to the next town. I actually did think about staying here, but I'll push on as originally intended, probably next. Heading out of La Laguna. I think I only have about 2 more clicks or so, 2.2 clicks, just a mile and a half up to my destination. Here we go. So up there, and then up there, you might see somebody way off there in the orange. That's where we're going. Looking left of the trail. Too bad for the fog. I would have had incredible views up here today. That's where I'm going, up there, over that ridge there, and I don't know what's beyond that. Coming down the trail the other way. I didn't mention it, because I didn't actually see it, but you can pay him, and you don't have to hike this. He'll bring you up on the horse. I'm not sure how all the details work. You would have to figure it out. Oh, this one comes down by himself, I guess. He doesn't need to be tied up. Pretty cool, huh? He says, yeah, he wants to catch up. He's in a hurry. Guess what this monument means? I have crossed out of Leon into my last province in Spain, which will carry me all the way to the ocean. Galicia. I think the locals, or the Spanish, pronounce it Galicia. But there we go. Out of Leon and moving forward into Galicia. A little bit of straight, well, just barely up. And then I see it winds up and goes up and around that ridge. Honestly though, I feel great. I got this. It's a view of the fog and what you can see of the hills looking off to the left, and behind us, this is looking back. All right, seeing the building. Think I got this thing beat today. Let's see. All right, that's the last little bit of the trail coming up for me today. So I'm actually going downhill for a bit here. And by the way, it's raining pretty good up here. Probably, you know, it's mountaintop stuff. Hey, looking back to the left. Let's see, Casa Campello Albergue Turistico. Let's check it out, see what we got. So I was turned away from there. They are full with reservations. So that's 28 kilometers today, about, let's see, that'd be about 17 miles, I think. Yeah, about 17 miles. So that was my day today, but it was probably the last tough uphill. I mean, I have some more uphills, but this is the last really tough uphill I have. So tomorrow I have a little bit uphill, then a lot of downhill, and downhill can be worse than the uphill. It hurts your knees a lot. So we'll see how that goes. All right, so this town is actually quite interesting and attractive, but you can't see anything in the way of views right now. So I'm up in O Cebreiro, I think is how I'm pronouncing it anyway. The fog is starting to lift just a bit, enough to give us some decent views now. So this is looking kind of back where we came from. Another view out the other side of town. Picture of the outside of the albergue. I'm probably not going to get inside it tonight. It's packed in there. I don't like the albergue only because they put the bunk beds side by side, in essence making like a double bed. So you're right next to some other guy. That I just don't like that. That's the first time I've seen them do that. I'm not saying they haven't done it before, but it's the first time I've seen it. But anyway, look at this incredible view out here as the fog is starting to lift and getting some decent views now. Now you saw how high we are, but believe it or not, we actually climb out of here tomorrow. I'm actually walking up the trail that I'll be coming out probably in the dark tomorrow. That's why I'm coming up there to see if there's any good views. Well, I can show them to you tonight. All right, guys, so I climbed up behind the little town I'm staying in down there to this, also these picnic tables up here. And guess what? Jackpot. All the views of the fog I showed you today. It's starting to lift. At least part of it is. That's where I came from today, over those mountains. In general, I'm moving in this direction west. That's what we have to climb up tomorrow, I think. So, a little bit uphill tomorrow, but it's nowhere near as long as today. Today's hike was challenging. Yeah, it was. That's the best way to put it. It was challenging. It's not the hardest day on the Camino. Probably the first day I think was. But look at these views. Nice, huh? I'll give you some zoom shots if I can. Back where we we came from today. Looking down on the town where I'm staying. That's actually the roof of my albergue right there. So they have a nice kitchen there. You can cook your dinner and you can come up here if it's a nice night. I mean, it's cold and a little bit biting with the wind tonight, but at least the rain has stopped. And yeah, what a view. So look at the menu here. You get to pick a first and then you get to pick a second, €10. Dessert and bread included. It doesn't actually say that you get wine with this one though. Or you can pick this one. Actually, this is the same thing. It's just one's in Spanish and one's in English. It's one of the stores in town. They're getting smarter. They're selling stuff that you'll carry. Because nobody's carrying anything heavy yet. I think I'll just wait. I'm sure tons of souvenirs will be available in Santiago. €2 for the shells, but honestly, if you were going to carry a shell by now, you would have already gotten it. €1.50 for the smaller shells. This town has as much charm as you'll find in any town anywhere, I believe. But it is a bit biting because you're up on top of a mountain. It's a bit cold. The town is incredibly charming. The views, now that the fog has lifted a bit, are absolutely to die for. The town is as pretty as any town on the Camino. So I'm much more excited now than what I was a few hours ago. This is the church in this town. Because I'm shooting so much video of this town because it's just unique and incredible. It's not very large, but it's pretty incredible, very charming. All right, so I found another picnic area on the other side of the town, up on this high knob, just outside of town. Yeah, gosh, it's incredible. You see the town there at the bottom of the picture there. Oh, by the way, if you want to go to the store in town here, you just walk down these steps right here. And there's the store. Kind of a better view than Winn-Dixie has. This is a little bar where I just got a glass of red wine. These are our tables outside. Yeah, it fits perfect with this town. I was actually sitting across the street there watching the views. This is what the inside of the bar looks like. It's incredibly charming, just like the rest of the town. I know I can't stop, keep filming these incredible views up here, but as the sun is setting, it keeps changing. You know, the sun is setting on the mountains up here, and some of it is lit, and some of it's in shadows. Incredible. So here's my mixed salad. I mean, yeah. I mean, come on, hand out there. This is like a whole meal with itself before you even get the primary dish. All right, so I'm sitting here with my friend. We've been hiking in the same route the last couple of days. And what is your name?
My name is Yuri Rodionov.
And where are you from?
I'm from Russia,
What city?
St. Petersburg.
All right. So are you having fun on the Camino?
Yes, I think Camino is a beautiful place, beautiful way in my life.
So are you finishing at Santiago or are you going on to the ocean?
I go to Finisterre, then to Moksha.
All right, so all the way to the ocean and the Musia, same as I'm doing. I'm going to do the same thing, so glad to have you on my video. And we see each other every day and we talk every day, so
the last couple days at least. Yeah. So it's a pleasure to have you on, and I'll have you on again. If you have anything to say, you let me know, and I'll put you on my YouTube channel.
I think after Camino, I put my videos to my channel.
Oh, okay.
And we will be.
Do you have a YouTube channel?
Yes, yes.
So tell my subscribers what your YouTube channel is.
My YouTube channel is Yuri Rodionov.
Yuri Rodiano.
Rodionov.
Okay, very good. And now, will they be able to see it in English, or is it all in Russian?
It's in English, Yuri Rodionov.
All right, sounds good, buddy. All right, here's my second dish: 2 fried eggs, Spanish sausage, with papas fritas, which is French fries. Came with bread. That's my oil and vinegar left over from my salad. Very good. Also, I still have dessert coming. Yep, all for 10 euros.
So my friend Yuri is here, and he didn't know what he wanted to eat, so they just invited him behind the counter to look in all the bowls and everything. I mean, it's very upfront and very friendly, so you just can come back there and look in everything that they're cooking and decide what it is that you want.